Hello, 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 and welcome to PROG review. And the people have spoken. Oh wait a minute, I've got the page ready. Oh dear, I've got a bit of a cold. Kids are back to college/school, and so the September lurgy has got me. So try and play along. Gee, I wonder which album won. Let's have a look. It is The Dreamin' by that there Kate Bush, or Romped Home, 60%, 114 votes. Very good. Very good. You're getting the hang of this. You're getting the hang of this, aren't you? Very good. Keep it up. Keep it up. You will have fun. I command it. Yeah, that's it. That's the message. You will have fun. This is the fourth studio album. Oh, mind me tambourine. The fourth studio album by Ms. Bush. And we all love a bit of Bush, don't we? Oh, yeah. Released 13th of September 1982. God, there you go. Who'd have thought it? We're quite close to the original release date, anniversary, seeing it's the 10th of September. 3 days out. That's a bit of synchronicity, that is. On the cover, we see Ms. Bush with Del Palmer, her bass player slash tech guy slash partner of the time, and he is playing Houdini. Look at the chains, and she, in her mouth, is passing him the key with this kiss. I conceal the key and all that stuff, and that's what they're acting out. Now, when I had it on CD, I didn't know what the hell was going on. It was only when I got it on LP, I could see, she's got a little key in her mouth. There you go. My eyesight was that bad after all. This is the fourth album. 43 minutes, 25 seconds. So it's all right. It's not a bad length. Comes after Never Forever, back in '82. Bush said she had a bit of writer's block coming up with this one, and on this one, it's a different kind of filter because she uses the Fairlight synthesizer. It's a sampler synthesizer, and we already talked about that in our previous review with Jean-Michel Jarre's Zuluk. See, the technology is coming in again. Gabriel used it on his Peter Gabriel 4 album. The technology is here and it influences this record quite a bit. And it's self-produced. I think it's her first album that's self-produced as well. She wanted Hugh Padgham as her engineer, but he wasn't available. And peaked at number 3 in the UK. It's regarded as a bit of an eccentric album because it doesn't have the variety of music previous albums have had, and it's not. Again, this is my opinion. It's not as cohesive as what's to follow, but we'll talk about that later. They say it's uncommercial, but it got to number 3. I think it's because it is a bit of a disparate record, and I'm going to sneeze, so. We'll edit that out. We won't. I've got a stinking cold. Sympathy. Ugh, man flu. I don't want it to stop me, but it's a right drag when you just feel absolutely worn out. But anyway, I'm getting off the topic. I'm not here for sympathy. I'm here to talk about The Dreamin'. It's a very disparate kind of ideas. It veers from experimental to kind of vaudevillian with There Goes a Tenor, to world music with The Dreamin', and back again. It's literally all over the place. It's it's a bit odd. It's a bit of an odd bod, and it didn't have any real successful singles, I don't think. I'm trying to remember what were the singles off of this. Sat in Your Lap, I think. How did that do? It got to number 11. Again, in the old days, getting top 10 was the success. The Dreamin' got to 48. There Goes a Tenor. I don't think it charted. There's no mention of its charting. Suspended in Gaffer was a single as well. Did that chart? Didn't it chart in the UK? And Night of the Swallow, was that released in the UK? My goodness, did it get anywhere? No. So there you go. It's decidedly uncommercial compared to her other albums. It's all about comparison, isn't it? Really. Sat in Your Lap is I think it's a fairly good starter. There Goes a Tenor's always irritated me. This is the theatre student. Let's talk about doing a robbery. It's like Robbery and Assault and Battery by Genesis. I don't like that one either. So I'm not a big fan of that. Pull Out the Pin is she'd watched a war documentary, and it's about blowing yourself up or not. Yeah, that one gets in my head a bit. That one gets in my head a bit. Suspended in Gaffer is probably my favourite track on the record, and again, the one that is kind of could have been regarded as a single. That's the one that you'd consider as being a single, and Leave It Open. It's a bit. It's all right. It's all right. I'm not a big fan of this album. It's all right, but I'm not a big fan of it. Side 2, The Dreaming, which is... Oh, God, I've never liked that one either. Rolf Harris played the didgeridoo on that one. Been removed from the credits on the Fish People reissue LP. That's not right. That's not right, is it? It's not right. And again, it's a peculiar song about the native peoples of Australia and their dreaming. Again, it's part of their folklore. Read up on it. And lots of things about kangas. And it's in this. She's delivered in this awful pseudo-Australian accent, and it irritates me. Night of the Swallow is almost kind of back to from a previous albums, and so is All the Love, Houdini, and then it ends with Get Out of My House, which is about, again, is that about like psychic energy? Is it about haunting? Or again, it's a very kind of maternal song. I've got my nose is running, everybody. It's a very maternal song about a woman protecting her environs from forces unknown. They say it's kind of inspired by The Shining and Stephen King. Again, Houdini. It's obviously it's inspired by Houdini, the escapologist, which is replicated on the cover. Oh dear, I was going to sneeze again then. You'll get used to it. But yeah, I don't know. The problem for me is it lacks some of the like real pop, melodic and memorable pop of previous album, and it's not Hounds of Love, which she uses the Fairlight, takes it to a new level on that record. This is the road to the Hounds of Love. You look at it like that, and like I said, I'm a big fan of that record. That's a classic album. That's great. People who say that they like this are usually, they're usually shaking coffee beans. That's it. They're shaking coffee beans, because there's no hits. There's no hits on it. Let's all be honest. And also, it's one of Stephen Wilson's favourite records of hers. And it always makes me feel happy that Kate Bush will never let him get his cold, corpse-like vegan fingers on her master tapes. That fills me with deep, deep joy that is never going to happen. So yeah, I think it's a necessary album. I think that technology looms large over it. It's a very manic album. There's a lot of energy there. It's Bush unfettered. Maybe it's because she's self-producing and she's got nobody to rein her in and no one to guide her. I don't know. Gilmore's on it. He does a backing vocal. Pull Out the Pin. So yeah, he's credited as Dave Gilmore. Hey, Remember David, Davy Boy, Dave Gilmore? Hey. So yeah, it's. I think it's a necessary album. I think everyone should listen to it. I don't know if it totally works. It works as an experimental piece. It works as somebody, you know, pushing in another direction. But it's not Hounds of Love, because that's where she gets to. That she reins all this energy in, and and crystallizes it and puts it into focus. It feels like a little bit unfocused to me, And like I say, there goes the tenor and the dreaming irritate me. So yeah, that's my opinion of this album. Feel free to argue with me in the comments below, but more importantly, put your suggestions for the next poll in the comments box. Again, you've got to be quick. Because I will pick 4 of them. Again, if there's any repetition or things that I've done, or you asked for another Kate Bush one, I will omit them. I want 4 fresh suggestions, and I will put up the poll, and you can vote, and we'll do this again soon. Okay, I would say tomorrow, but I don't know if I'm going to be fit and able to do this, because this cold business, I feel like I'm about to fall off. But hey, look, wearing my Genesis 40th anniversary Landrise Day on Broadway hoodie. Huh? And that's why I'll always be cooler and better than you. And with that, we'll end, and I'm going to go and blow my nose, because my nose is running. But good thing is my moustache absorbs it. It's more snot than facial hair now. It's true. What a lovely thought. And with that, prog on.